So it pains my heart because most Nigerians who claim to be wise really don't know how things work. When a thing happens, you see everything as an evidence to a mindset. An evidence to a mindset. So before you open your mouth to say Ghanaians are corrupt too, then you should truly ask yourself, how is it that they have an administration that has less corruption or no corruption? An administration that has been treating them like queens and kings.
I would like to tell you people why I call Ghanaians my brothers, because people have been asking me why am I calling Ghanaians my brother when I'm in Nigeria.
Ghana and Nigeria are not the same. What Very Dark Man said about Ghana has really made a lot of Ghanaians and Nigerians came out with facts why Ghana's system is not built on fraud money, and this has brought a lot of reaction between Ghanaians and Nigerians. Let's take a look at these videos, and please do not forget to like the video, share and subscribe. I will be back to throw more light on it.
Now what you're seeing there is a Ghanaian minister. A Ghanaian minister. I'm pretty sure a great number of you have seen that video. The Ghanaian minister really is fighting for Ghana concerning their DSTV prices. Now, why I'm making this video is for personalities like Very Dark Man and other Nigerians who stated that Ghanaians are also corrupt too. So it pains my heart because most Nigerians who claim to be wise really don't know how things work. When a thing happens, you see everything as an evidence to a mindset. An evidence to a mindset. So before you open your mouth to say Ghanaians are corrupt too, then you should truly ask yourself, how is it that they have an administration that has less corruption or no corruption? An administration that has been treating them like queens and kings, just like the administration of most developed societies. How is it? Now this man you're seeing here, despite young, why I say despite young is that criminality is expected in youthful frivolities much more than elderly people. Alright, so as a youth, you see this man fighting for Ghanaians in ensuring that DSTV prices remain affordable for Ghanaians, or become affordable for Ghanaians. Otherwise DSTV should go. Otherwise DSTV should leave. But you know the funny thing, in Nigeria, irrespective of the fact that the person in this same position is elderly, therefore no corruption should be expected from him, or no corruption is expected, zero corruption is expected of him, yet such a person would display every amount of corruption and would rather incorporate DSTV or collab with DSTV in a bid to destroy his own people. These are the things we see in Nigeria. So my question to VDM is, how is it that Ghanaians that you said are corrupt are able to brood men without corruption? Because let me tell you, according to William Payne, 1966, I think, he said, if the people be good, the government can be bad. Nigerian politicians and their elites are totally bad because Nigerians as a people are bad. That's why I often tell people, who was Tinubu 30 years ago? Tinubu was a Nigerian like myself, like any other Nigerian. Who were our governors 30 years ago, 20 years ago? Who were they? People like me. How is it that all these people, with no exception, came up? They fought their way up for bad reasons. That's what we call criminal enterprise. It's not hard work. That's what we call. When I tell people that Nigerians don't work hard, they have criminal enterprise, or what we call Machiavellian industriousness. Machiavellian industriousness, or sinister diligence. Sinister diligence. Machiavellian industriousness, or criminal enterprise. It's not hard work. How is it that such people will fight only to destroy their society? When they are given privileges, when they find themselves in authority, they begin to destroy their society. They begin to take and steal from their society at the expense of the people. Why? This is the natural exhibition. This is the character of every Nigerian that I know. As it stands right now, I used to think I stand with VDM in a mindset, but the truth is that VDM's latest video simply showed that he has a tolerance for corruption, that he compromises to corruption. So be it as he may, I could really say that I am the only one standing. And I know why I should be the only one standing, because I do not relate with I do not relate with Nigerians. In fact, a lot of Ghanaians do more of relating with Nigerians in Ghana than myself, who lives in Nigeria. I can't relate with Nigerians. I'm isolated. I isolate myself. That's why I can't think like them. My family cannot think like them. That's why I'm still the only one standing. I cannot be compromised in any way. I cannot, obviously. By the very special grace of God, I cannot be compromised. I can't speak for, and that's why I told VDM, like, why I started questioning him is insane that he fights for Nigerians. And I always tell people, you cannot fight for Nigerians and think you're doing the right thing. Even when you see an oppressed Nigerian, understand that what's happening to him are consequences of his actions and inactions. So you cannot fight for them. What you do is fight them, criticize them, so that they can rise above such and touch their mentality. This is him fighting for Ghanaians. A young man, look at him. I don't think this man has hit his 50s. The highest is that he's in his 50s. Very young, yet integrity. Brooding with integrity. What environment, what society nurture such a thing? Can Nigerians nurture such people?
I would like to tell you people why I call Ghanaians my brothers, because people have been asking me why am I calling Ghanaians my brother when I'm in Nigeria. You understand? That is what I'm about to tell you today. You know, before Africa was created, Aken, which we all know, Africa was an ancient early age of earth, and the major country that made up to create Africa are Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Congo, and West Africa, and the one they used to call Cape Verde, which is Egypt side. I don't really know that place. Cape Verde, do you understand? So in our West African is where I come in. West African, there are many countries that made up West Africa, which I will not mention all. I will just mention a few. Nigeria, Ghana, Burkina Faso, Togo, Sierra Leone, Senegal, Gambia, and etc. of them. They are the people that make up West Africa. And this is where I come in between Ghana and Nigeria. You know, during this British time, whenever they want to fight the neighbor country for a peacekeeping mission in Africa, they always pick soldiers from Nigeria and Ghana, because that was the only way, that was the only place you can get the best soldier as of then. So because of this, Nigeria and Ghana now have this brotherhood strongness. Since then, they have been cooperating as one. Do you understand? So after said and done, during 1964 or 1960 something, let me check. In 1969, Ghana now, what is happening today is what happened in 1969. People in Ghana, the indigenous in Ghana was complaining that Nigerians are selling lower price of what they are selling to benefit. So, in my own sense, normally indigenous should be the one to sell lower price. Why foreigners sell higher price? Because they are coming from a distant land. But I was very surprised when they said that Ghanaians are the one complaining that the Nigerians are selling on a lower price. From there was a little rally which the government of then now look into it and say, okay, let the masses go, that the economic crisis is rising on a daily basis. They make a massive deportation of other Africans. Do you understand? So, which came back in 1984, Nigeria did the same thing. And ever since then, we have not stopped to go each other places. Nigeria have been coming to Ghana, Ghana have been going to Nigeria. And if you go to Nigeria, you people, why Nigeria, you see Nigeria, people notice that Nigeria are in Ghana, is the way that we are being treated in Ghana. If you come in Nigeria to see Ghanaians, it will shock you. So I don't see why we are all fighting. If a Nigerian man is selling lower price, you are an indigene, why can't you join them and be selling that the same lower price, knowing full well that they are benefiting profit from it, and which, if they are benefiting profit from them that are coming from a distant land, that means you as an indigene, if you start selling in that the same price, you will get more profit. Why complaining? Why? I will tell you the reason. You know, Ghanaians, you people have this urge of calling your fellow black foreigners. You will see your black skin, knowing full well that nemesis exists in Africa. And the reason why nemesis exists in Africa is because we came in one room with one root. It's just that because of the circumstances of planning in the ancient days, which made God to make us speak different languages that we are speaking today. That is why you see people talking about tribalism today. But the fact does not stop that we are all one blood, one mentality, and one active. So I don't see why you should look your fellow black and call him a foreigner. It's not possible. Only in Nigeria that a Togo, even someone that cannot speak English, you always call him your brother. We don't call him foreigners. The only thing is that once they want to call you, where are you from? You say from Togo. Apart from that, you can never hear foreigner. The same thing go to Gambia. The same thing go to Cameroon. Cameroon that is speaking French. So it's only in Ghana I'm hearing foreigner. You will see all fully black. You will relax. Have a full confidence to call him a foreigner. Which is not nice. Which is not nice. It's not that we are stronger. Nobody is stronger in Africa. But there is a point where you create something, it becomes noticeable. And when it becomes noticeable, when the time comes, all of us will now be regretting it. All of us will now be regretting it. I don't know why we should be fighting something that has been built for ancient of days. Before me and you started existing. What are we fighting for? We should stop this nonsense, please. Ghanaians and Nigerians, we should stop this nonsense. We are bigger than this in Africa. This is not what we should be fighting for. We should be fighting for our own freedom. Do you know that we are not free up to now? We are not free up to now. One day I will make a video to tell you why we are not free in Africa up to now. We are still slaves in Africa up to now. We should be fighting for that, for our freedom, not fighting each other, making mockery of ourselves. Why the white man seeing us laughing at themselves, laughing at us? So please.
If you're a Nigerian living in Ghana and you're amongst people saying words like Nigerians are not the only people committing crime in Ghana, Ghanaians also commit crime. Oh, come on. Are Nigerians the only ones committing fraud? Are they the only ones committing prostitution in Ghana? That Ghanaians also do all these things and in fact collaborate with Nigerians. I need to make a request. I want you to do something for me. Can you just drop dead? Yes, you, the Nigerian saying that. Can you just quietly drop dead? Just drop dead. In fact, I have a request for the universe. May the sun smite you by the day. Please, can the sun smite this person by the day? And may the moon smite this same person by the night. It's annoying. No, I just made these words sincerely from the bottom of my heart to tell you people how annoying and irritating you people are in your reasoning. Jesus Christ, Nigerians would utter a word and you will see that here has decayed. You would utter a word and you see that here has decayed. Now let me give this narrative. It's just like as I am right now. I left my home on the grounds that I did not find comfort in my home. Then went to another person's home and the person then accommodated me. And suddenly, whilst in that person's home, I start doing a lot of inimical things, which are evil things. And then when I'm called out on my evil deeds, the only thing I can say is, well, I'm not the only one doing this. So I'm not the only one doing this. You know, the people that, hosted me in their home also do that thing. I'm not the only one stealing. After all, Chukwemeka in his own home, he steals. I'm not the only one. How irritating can you be when you say such things? Just listen to yourself. Just listen to yourself. That's why I consider, anyway, I'm going to make a different video on that. I'm trying to curtail myself. I'm trying to breathe in. I'm trying to breathe because I really don't understand why someone like Very Dark Man will go to Ghana. I don't know your reason for inquiring. I don't know, but I'll make a different video on that note. Now, what am I trying to say in this? Let me tell you something. A South African in a program that shows how fraudulent Nigerians are. It's a show in Ghana, in case you don't know. When Nigerians resort to trafficking drugs and a number of these. There was a statement the guy made. He said, why don't you do fraud? Why don't you do drugs in your own country? Now the implication to this question is not that he wants to stop you from doing drugs. Because he understands that even in that program, there are South Africans involved in pushing those drugs. But hey, these South Africans push those drugs in South Africa. It's their home. So as a Nigerian, you have no right whatsoever to say, oh, South Africans also push drugs in South Africa. You can only have the right to speak as a Nigerian if a South African pushes a drug in in Nigeria. You know why I'm saying this? I saw one degenerate on my YouTube. He wrote me specifically telling me, hey, I'm just chasing clouds, blah, 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 that I don't know, that I'm senseless, and this one, that one. That you think it's only Nigerians that do those things in Ghana, that Ghanaians also do those things. And to that guy that sent that message to me, I'm telling you, my desire to you is that you drop dead. Just quietly drop dead. If you cannot, let the forces of nature begin to attack you. Just live in an unrest. That is my wish for you. Let the sun smite you by the day, and the moon should smite you by the night, until you recover from your imbecility. I don't care what any social media tells me on this. I'm really sorry, but this is part of my sensitization program. It is annoying. And for you Ghanaians that will come to me and tell me, well, it's not like we hate Nigerians. Let me tell you something. It is the right thing for you people to hate Nigerians. There is nothing wrong with your hating Nigerians. So don't come to tell me, you see, that loosey-goosey nature, I appreciate it, but not in situations like this. Not in situations like this. There is nothing wrong with your hating in Nigeria. In fact, everything is right. Everything is justified. Everything is moral when you hate in Nigeria. People can say I'm preaching hate. I don't care. They can push this video off. But the truth is that the truth must end there. That is simply what it is. You see, let me tell you. Now, what's the problem with hating evil? What's the problem? Even in the Bible, David said it clearly. I have hated the gathering of the evil. He says he is irritated at the counsel of an evil man. He's irritated. He cannot stay in their midst because it irritates him. And that's exactly how it feels for him. Me in Nigeria, I don't relate with Nigerians. Is it you that is in Ghana that will come and be relating with a Nigerian? Think twice, really think twice. I'm telling you the truth. Meanwhile, Nigerians, if you want to see, Ghanaians can commit their crime in their own home. It's their rights. It's their issue. But as long as you're in Nigeria, come on.
See, this Nigeria must go where Ghanaians they do. It will happen. I will always tell you this because of some of the Nigerian youths, the way they behave. First of all, listen. Maybe you guys don't have laws in Nigeria, but in Ghana here we have laws, and our law works. Yeah. This VDM guy came from Nigeria to Ghana to come and support the Nigerian people because they are closing the shops, some shops of Nigeria, some of them, not every Nigerian working in Ghana, some of them. And have you asked yourself why they are closing some and they are leaving some? Have you asked yourself? So this guy have come to Ghana and come and support and ask why. That why are they, closing that their shop? And this guy have told you point blank that Ghanaians don't want you to do retail in Ghana. Ghanaians don't want you, Nigerians, to do retail in Ghana. First of all, listen, it's the law. I don't know why Nigerians find it so difficult to understand. That is Ghana. That is the law of Ghana. Like no foreigner, it's not like only Nigeria, no foreigner can do retail. That is the law. Imagine me coming to Nigeria and I find myself in the streets of Lagos and I want to poo-poo in the middle of the street. And you ask me and I'll say because you guys don't have public toilets just beside the road. Does it really make sense? Because the law says you can't do that. The law is telling you, don't do retail if you are a foreigner. And the excuse they are giving is, if I'm selling something for you, I've come and give you something, like I'm selling this, I'm giving you to buy, and you take the thing, and I'm not paying you, will you still go ahead to give that thing? Why? Like, who does that? You are selling, so someone wants to buy. Okay, this is $1. I'm giving it to you. Give me my money. I find it difficult to take the $1. Okay, as long as I've taken my money, will you still go ahead and give your goods to the person? No. So if Ghanaians, if they are taking your goods, some Ghanaians are taking your goods and they are not paying, you stop. You stop giving them the goods. That is all. Just stop giving them. It does not give you the right for you to come and do the retail just because some Ghanaians are taking your goods and they are not paying. If they are not paying, stop giving the goods out. Simple. And follow the law. If you have $1 million and you can employ your business can employ 20 citizens, you can, for that one, you can do the retail. No one have asked you by force that you have to be in Ghana. If you think you have $1 million and you want to stay in Nigeria, fair enough, no problem. By $1 million, you employ 20 citizens of Ghanaians, then you work as the retail. But if you can't do, just
Truth to be told, the video Very Dark Man made and the things he said about Ghana has even worsened the situation. He's trying to defend Nigerians, but at the same time, the things he said about Ghana are so wrong. If you think Ghana is built by fraud money, by now Nigeria should be the best country in the world, because we know that Nigeria are the headquarters of fraud. So please, when you want to say this about country, please get your fact right, because this has brought a lot of reaction. And you can see that Ghanaians are not happy about it. Even Nigerians, not all of them are in support of what he said. A lot have been spoken on this video. They have not given their points and reasons of what they think about the video and also what they think about Ghanaians and Nigerians. But in all of this, I really want peace between the two nations. At least there should be peace, because every time there's some reason why we are also fighting on social media, we have something to say. Nigerians, please, we should learn how to obey the rules and regulation. You hardly see Ghanaians bouncing to Nigerians. It's always Nigerians starting the thing first. This whole thing that Ghanaians are locking Nigerians shop. If Nigerians would obey the rules and regulation, don't do retail business in Ghana as a foreigner, we will not get to this point. Ghanaians are saying that as a foreigner, whether you're a Nigerian or any part of the country you are from, if you are in Ghana, don't do retail business. If you want to do it, there's a criteria you have to meet to. There's a law you have to follow. If you have the money, why not go for it? But if you don't have the money, please learn how to obey the rules and regulation of any country you find yourself as a Nigerian. You are not so special than any other African country or any country in Ghana. We are all foreigners in the country. We should learn how to obey the rules and regulation of a country, of our host country we find ourselves. But in all of this, I hope for peace between Ghanaians and Nigerians. I would also love to see your comments on the comment section of what you also think of this video. And please, at this point, if you have not liked this video, please do me well by liking the video, and don't forget to share so that more people can see this video. And please, if this is the first time you're coming across this channel, please do not make it your last by subscribing. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back to the channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now and stay blessed.